Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Now, today we're reading for November 28th, 29th, and 30th, and then December 1st. So that is Monday through Thursday. Now, because it's during the week, I use my two Radley Valentine decks. I use my Archangel Power Tarot cards, and then I will pull one from my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Now, I also use my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies by Frances Monroe and artwork by Judy Mastrangelo. And I will pull one from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, for this is just the introduction, and this will be tagged on all of the readings. If you want to bypass, if this is the first time and you're like, well, where's the reading? Go down into the description. You'll see for Crosswatchers with a timestamp. Click on that, and it should jump you right where your readings are. Now, because this is the introduction, I am going to use my Rider-Waite traditional tarot, and I am going to pull one from my Osha Zen tarot cards. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. I am a Reiki master, but remember, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I call myself an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, God, Holy Spirit, and Source, and let whatever the message is come through. Now, the one thing I do like to talk about, what's going on in the planets. And, you know, the weekend, the planets were still very intense, but they weren't doing a whole lot, okay? But they're very intense in that moment of not doing a whole lot. But what we have on the 29th and the 30th, we have Mercury, which is 19 degrees in Sagittarius, and on the 30th, we have Venus, 19 degrees of Sagittarius. Both of these, now this is the fire energy. Mercury is our communications. It's our hearing news type of energy. Venus is our relationship. Both of these are opposing to Mars, which is retrograde, 19 degrees again in Gemini. So remember, you know, fire and air becomes very combustible. It just, you know, when you add air to fire, fire to air, it just grows and grows and grows. These are opposing, so there could be some interesting issues with our communications, in our news, also with our relationships. Now, on the 30th also, Mercury again in Sagittarius, well, that will be sextiling to Saturn, which is 19 degrees in Aquarius. So we've got that 19 energy there. So, you know, numbers are very important, so kind of think about that. But Saturn is Saturn in Aquarius has always been about illusion versus reality. So but these two are really kind of buddying up with each other. So they're kind of, that Sagittarius energy, Mercury in Sagittarius, is kind of giving a little bit of oomph to that Saturn. And we also have on the 30th Mars, again retrograde, 19 degrees. So this 19 is the big frame, is the big message here too. That is trining with Saturn. And again, this gives it a little bit more of a push. This is like, Mars in Gemini being kind of that cheerleader for Saturn in Aquarius. So that's an interesting energy. Mars, of course, is, the god of war, the planet of war. Gemini, very, air energy. Aquarius, very air energy. Saturn. Well, Saturn's been making a mess of a lot of things for us. So, it's really making us delve into those hidden things that we would have liked to have kept secret. So, let's see. So, I kind of think that the 29th and 30th and maybe the 1st, that there could be a lot of stress put on relationships and a lot of stress be put on what we're hearing. So, it could be a lot of stress during this week. More around that 30th time, more around, the 29th through the 1st even. Okay, let's see what higher power, what do you want to say? And we're going to be using our Waite Rider cards. What would you like to say to people out there? What do they need to know? What do we need to know? What do I need to know? What are we going to do? What's going to happen this weekend? Where are we at? Or this week, I should say. This week. What are we going to do? Let's see what we've got here. I feel like we just need to keep shuffling for a little bit longer. Here we go. I know, it's always waiting. But remember, preparation is what, the definitional block is preparation to meet opportunity. So sometimes it just feels like we're waiting. We still need to live our lives. We still need to get up in the morning and, just raise our vibrations, connect with higher power, and do whatever it is that we're being inspired to do, keeping it for the good. Here we go. Let's see what we have. So anything that's reversed is a little stronger. Let's see. Remember, court cards have dual energies, and we'll talk about them if we have a court card. First card is, well, here we go. The Knight of Cups. It is reversed, so it's a little stronger energy. So when we talk about the court cards having dual energies, well, the Page, which is before the Knight, has the Earth energy, the Pentacle energy, the Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, money, job energy. And you know that Capricorn and Taurus, Capricorn has Pluto in it, and Taurus has Uranus going retro. It will be going direct, I think. Is it a month or 2 months? So it is starting to slow down a little bit. Anyway, this is the Knight of Cups. So Knight energy, underlying energy is fire. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, passionate, burning, determined energy. Cup energy is our water energy. That is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, emotional. Pisces is the one that has Neptune in retro, though it is slowing down. It is getting stationary. It's becoming stationary because it's about to go direct. So that has, so we have Neptune, and then we also have Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is about to move, not quite yet, and it's not changing direction, so it's going with the same speed it always has into Aries, but that I think is more in December. So we have the water energy. Now the water energy is the underlying energy for the Queen. Okay, so we have this fire energy underlying, really passionate energy, wanting to get things done, but then we have this spiritual energy, this water energy. And fire and water, water can contain fire, fire can contain water. Sometimes you can throw water on fire and you get steam and smoke. Sometimes, water itself, sometimes they mix, sometimes they don't mix well either. Sometimes they can be very, very useful energy. Now, the Knight of Cups, and this might have something to do with our Venus being in Sagittarius. It could have it might have something to do with that Mercury too, but, that Sagittarius energy, Venus is very, emotional, a very relationship type of energy. So Knights are directional. So this is something that really, you've got the passion of that fire, but you also have that emotional energy, that wanting energy. A lot of times the Knight of Cups has a romantic energy, a dreamy energy, and that's where that Pisces might be coming in. But, you kind of look at the cup, you look at this, he's holding his cup, he's holding his horse. His horse is just kind of like looking down, prancing a little bit. I don't really know if he is moving forward or if he's prancing in place. He's holding his cup, and he's really being very careful with his next steps. He's being very careful with where he's going. So he's not necessarily rushing into anything. He's very, he's just very watchful. I'm getting a very watchful energy with the Knight of Cups. I'm getting a very careful energy, kind of holding that fire energy back, kind of doing that, kind of putting the, the hose to the fire in many, many ways too. Watching, waiting. Ready, the prancing is, the horse wants to get going, but he's not letting the horse go forward just yet. But traditionally, the Knight of Cups is about new romances, new emotional situations also. Our next card is, we have the Six of Pentacles. Now this has popped up a couple of times before, Pentacles, again, is our earth energy. 6 is the number of man. It's the money. It's the energy that we put into something to make it happen. The 6 of Pentacles is money coming from unexpected sources. It's money coming like we're not really, wow, that money that checks in the mail and then the mail actually comes. Or you might find that something, somebody came in and paid off a bill. There's a lot of people that do the pay it forward, where you go in and, you're at a restaurant and you find out somebody paid your bill. So this is money. This is unexpected money. This is largesse. And we do have that wonderful Jupiter. It is still in a slow-mo type of motion right now. In Pisces, it's going to get a little bit, it's going to get its direction moving a little bit more so, but it is still kind of in that slow-mo. So this is unexpected money. Again, I get this very much, this waiting, unexpected money, but waiting, keep waiting for the unexpected money. I'm not sure. The one thing I did not talk about is that, I talked about the page, the knight, and the queen. I did not talk about the king. The king's underlying energy is air, swords, and that is our Aquarius, our Gemini, and our Libra. And we know Aquarius has Saturn in it, and Gemini has Mars in it right now. So here we go. Last card is now, again reversed, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So again, I told you I had the waiting. Well, the Knight of Pentacles really is the waiter, is waiting also. So we have the underlying of the fire, Pentacle energy, that money energy, that earth energy. The Knight of Pentacles, what he likes to do is he likes to survey his options. He likes to survey his choices. He wants to make sure that what he's doing has a reasonable success rate. Okay? But once he's assured himself, once he's got his plan in action or in paper, and once he knows that there's a good, like a 95% chance that this of success, he gets started. He looks like he's stationary right now. Remember, this one, the emotional part wants to prance, wants to move, but again, ever since I get this waiting, unexpected money coming, unexpected money for the universe. This one is, okay, we're waiting a little bit more, but once it gets going, there's nothing that can stop the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Okay, so something, we're waiting, emotional energy, fire energy for both of these, money coming in, waiting, and once the Knight of Pentacles gets the go, nothing can stop it. Okay, let's see what we have here with the Osha Zen Tarot, and let's see what this is all about here. Oh, while I'm shuffling, please remember to go down there, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell. I have many people saying, I can't find your videos, and I'm not sure why they get hidden. I put them all in a playlist, but they do. I mean, people will be on one side and say, I can't find the other, and they should all be together. So the liking, sharing, and the subscribing does help, so thank you. Okay, let's see. Osha Zen Tarot. Higher power. Anything else to add? We're waiting. We've got a lot of emotion here, a lot of wanting this new experience. We got, we're here, we're waiting, something to do with money, job, career here. Unexpected money coming in. Once that one page, once that knight gets the go-ahead, when all the plan, it's a blank slate. It's a blank slate. So here we have, this is a 5. 5 is about change, positive, negative. This is one of these cards that's very unique to Osha Zen Tarot. It is nothingness, no-thingness. It's a blank slate. Nobody really knows. Or it's not, I shouldn't say nobody knows. I know that God's source knows, but it's not being revealed just yet. That one's a little frustrating, but that gives still a lot of opportunities. So waiting, money coming in, waiting for the get-go. We're just not being told. We're just not being told. So what does it all mean? You tell me. It's always interesting, but Again, do the like, share, subscribe, and clicking on the bell for notifications. And why don't we get started with our readings now? Hello, my Aquariuses. So Saturn, which is an Aquarius, is opposing some and trining with some. So there's something going on. I kind of feel that, the pressure with the diamond and all that kind of stuff. And my Aquariuses, it's coming to a point where you're being molded, formed, the hardness of the diamond, something really, well, now there's the King of Raphael popping out there. Something very strong energy for you for this week. Now, the King's underlying energy is our air energy. It is your energy. And that is also Gemini energy. It's also Libra. And yours is going to have, your Saturn, that's Saturn illusions versus truth going on. And it's, with that Mercury, that Venus that's in Sagittarius, there's going to be a lot of interesting situations, interesting relationships. And then we got the Mars Gemini thing. I've talked about that. Interesting things for you. And I feel kind of watch yourself a little bit, my Aquarius, is that you don't go to the other side of the spectrum where you become too cold or too uncaring. Watch yourself for that, a little bit on that, because it may be just kind of a sense of, no, just not doing it. And people may perceive you as being uncaring. And it's not that you are. You might feel that way, though. You might feel that way, just kind of like enough is enough is enough. So just putting that out there. Getting those types of vibes for my Aquariuses. But we have the King of Raphael. Underlying energy for the King is air, so that's your energy. Thoughts, patterns, thinking things through, making some plans. Remember, the King of Swords is very linear. The King of Swords is very like, this is the way it needs to be done. Then we have Raphael, the water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And that Pisces stuff going on with Neptune and Jupiter kind of brings things to kind of changes a little bit. The King of Raphael is an emotional energy that has a lot of thought process too, okay? So you've got both. You've got the very clinical thought process, the clinical King of Swords, but then you've got the emotional part, so you've got that, you've got that emotional caring energy at the same time. And it's kind of, I just feel like it's a struggle for this weekend. Or this week. It's which is going to win. It's hard for you, the energies are hard to integrate. It's hard to integrate. It's kind of like an either or energy here. Now the King of Raphael is like, follow your heart. It's okay to trust, just love, care. But that clinical side, that objective side is, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Deal with the facts. Deal with the stuff. I just feel like it's a little bit, my water bearers, it's a little hard to reconcile these two for you at this time. So, what is that? Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong if you find that you're doing one over the other. The clinical, just the analytical side of the King, it's just going to be a little bit harder. So watch. The King of Raphael, it's kind of like, watch your words a little bit, because if you're going with the sword side, if you're going with that analytical, clinical side, it might be a little harsh. And then it's kind of like the tooth, like the toothpaste in the tube. Once you get the toothpaste out, you can't put it back in. So watch your words a little bit. It just feels very analytical right now for you. Anyway, Raphael is warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. So interesting, it's that right brain, left brain thing. The left brain might be the one that's more, analytical, and the right brain, if I'm saying this right, is the more creative. So it's finding a balance, or trying to find a balance. Let's see what this next one is. The 10 of Gabriel. So we have a 10, transitional energy, 1 new beginning, 0 God source. Gabriel is fire energy. It is Aries, Leo, but it's also Sagittarius. The 10 of Gabriel, the 10 of fire. And remember, we got what I told you about, the 29th, 30th, and 1st. In the introduction. The 10 of Gabriel, the 10 of fire is the burden energy. It's like there's just so much. And I think that's kind of why you're having, why, I shouldn't say you're having, because maybe you're going to be able to integrate it really, really well, pull the two together, better than I'm seeing it or feeling it. But the 10 of Gabriel is just a very decisive energy. It's a very burdensome energy. It's kind of like, hey, I better get some help or I'm done energy. And I'm not telling you to quit your job, because that's never the solution. Take it from someone who's done that before. It's always easier and better to get a job when you have a job. But it just feels like it's all on your shoulders. It feels like, how am I supposed to have compassion? How am I supposed to care for anything when I have to do it all? Okay? That's the kind of energy. And I hate saying this to you, my Aquariuses. I love the ones that come out with with the rainbows and the unicorns and stuff like that. But this just feels very, how am I supposed to be this way if I've got to take care of everything and everything's falling on my shoulders? So let's see. Well, it says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So how do you handle it? Sometimes you just say no. And I know a lot of times people are like, nope, I can't say no. Well, then pray. Pray. And believe me, I would go into these meetings where I knew that my butt was going to be chewed up. And I'd be like, oh, God, help me. Oh, God, help me. Oh, God, help me. And I will tell you, God helped me. So, prayer. Prayer is very powerful. Okay? So let's see. Next card here, reversed. The Sun. Well, like I said, very powerful. This is positive outcome. This is things working well for you. This is Leo energy, very fire energy, positive energy. One, again, the 1 and the 10, we know what that means. The 9 is let's wrap it all up. Add the 1 and the 9 together, it becomes that 10, and then the 1, a new beginning, new start. Uriel is the angel that brings light into the darkness, that uncovers the truth, okay? The lies cannot stand being around where the light is. Things are uncovered. Uriel also brings wisdom. So sometimes, like when I'm doing my Reiki and preparing to do a session, it's like, okay, Archangel Uriel, please bring me wisdom. Please help me to understand. Please help me to know what it is that this person might need. So the Sun, Archangel Uriel, these are all very positive forces. Even the 19 is a positive force for you. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. So whatever this is all about, and again, I feel like you can make a choice to either, just go, oh, nothing's changing, or you can make a choice, no, you know what? I am going to change. I am going to think that life can be better. Life is getting better. I am going to look at my blessings. I talk about attitude of gratitude, all that. But I am going to do these things, and that will help you through. But again, when it's all on your shoulders, it's very hard. It's very hard to see the sun. It's very hard. Okay, let's see. Guardian angels. What would you like to say to our Aquariuses? Oh, almost. Okay. Okay. Oh, we got 2. There we go. Here we are. Reversed. 10 of emotion. This is the 10 of cups. So you got a lot of the 10 energies here too. 10 of cups. Cups is our Raphael energy, water energy. This is a loving energy all around you. You may not necessarily feel the love, but the love is there. Okay? So life is blessing you with a wonderful and loving family, whether it be biological or friends. Great happiness and emotional fulfillment are now on the horizon. Harmony with those you love is assured. By offering forgiveness, understanding, and kindness to others, you're rewarded with unconditional love. And that's, when you love unconditionally, and that does not mean, forgiveness and loving does not mean that you have to accept somebody that's been that's been mean to you into your house. Not at all. It doesn't mean you have to open up that relationship again. Doesn't mean that it doesn't, but a lot of people, well, if I forgive that person, then they'll be coming and bothering me. It doesn't even mean you have to go and tell them you forgive them. You just kind of I wish you well, be on your way, okay? You give it to God. Give it to God. Anyway, let's see. Inspirational wisdom from our fairies and angels, or our angels and fairies for our Aquariuses. What do you have for our Aquariuses here? What words do you have for our Aquariuses? So hold on to this love, hold on to the blessings. Reversed, Fairy of the Mystic Forest. Okay. I hope you can read that. You have the power and aptitude to make your dreams come true. All you need now is commitment to make it happen. Well, I like that one. You have the power and aptitude to make your dreams come true. Interesting with that. So see how things can start out one way and turn themselves around. Okay, what crystal or energy for my Aquariuses? What would be helpful for my Aquariuses here? What's helpful for my Aquariuses? Here we go. Rhodochrosite. I like the name. I like how it sounds. Rhodochrosite. Like lapis lazuli or whatever that is. Anyway, rhodochrosite is service, contentment, healing emotional wounds. I think that's important for some of you. And the renewal of passion. So my Aquariuses, it might start out a little rocky. It might start out very, forceful. But then you've got some wonderful energies to close out the week. So, okay, my Aquarians, please, please, please take that moment. Please like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell. It really does make a difference. If you want me to stay on air, it really does. It helps my channel to get known, okay? YouTube seems to hide it a little bit. Anyway, even in the same playlist, people will see one, they'll see Aquarius, and they'll go, where's Gemini? It's there. Anyway, my Aquariuses, I digress. As always, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.